Hi everybody, thanks so much for joining me. Stampin Creates here to share with you my paper pumpkin box for, I'm looking at the side here, November 2020, and it's called Jolly Gingerbread. I've been having so much fun creating with this kit, and I'm so glad this month that I added an additional kit onto my subscription. So if you're not familiar with Paper Pumpkin, this is a subscription box that's put out by Stampin' Up, which is a paper craft company. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, so if you're not familiar with me, if you're joining me here for the first time, I want to welcome you all. If you are not yet a subscriber, be sure to hit the subscription box or subscribe button for YouTube. You, of course, can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin through my online store at stampinsoucreates.stampinup.net. I will put that link down below in the subscription, subscription, in the comment section of this video. So I did an unboxing on this the other day when it arrived, and like I said, this is my second box. I already completed the first box. I made all the gift card holders as the instructions asked or told you to help you along. So what else I like to do is to come up with other alternative ideas, and I have to tell you, this box made it so easy for that. And I'm here to share with you my alternative ideas. So if you want to go ahead back and watch the unboxing of the whole box, I will go through that on that video. I'm not going to go through it again because you've already seen it. Or if you haven't, go back and watch it. But I just want to share the other ideas. So this month, I normally get 2 boxes, one for myself and one for my daughter. This month I added an additional box on because I knew it was going to be something fabulous, which of course every month is. But when I heard that it was gingerbread, I was hoping there was a little gingerbread man, but unfortunately there was not. But no worries. We have a stamp set in the catalog that you can purchase, and if you purchase it today on November 24th, 2020, Stampin' Up is having a huge 10% sale off majority of items. There is a list of things not on sale, but comparison to the thousands of items that are on sale, you can go ahead and check that out for yourself. So this is box number 2, and I still have a ton of items left. So I did make the 15 gift card holders because everybody I work with is always looking for gift card holders. And I think this year in particular, gift card holders are going to be something that we're not going to have enough of because of the whole pandemic going on. Why not get someone a gift card? Let them get whatever it is that they want, right? So let's check out the alternative ideas. I don't have with me available right here the actual project that Stampin' Up has put together for us to create, but you know, very easily, it's a gift card holder. You can use your imagination. So let's check out some of the things that I created. And I'm going to tell you, I added in some of the items I already have. Now this one in particular, this is a sample of what the gift card holder would look like minus the card. But what I did is I put the box together, well, the gift card holder actually together, so it still has an area here where I added what I would have put on the back of the gift card holder to inside. You could very easily use a little glue dot on the back here and stick your gift card on there, but you can stick this right inside of the little gingerbread house. I put one of the acrylic little candies inside the little window here on the second floor of the gingerbread house. Here's another little candy. They are super fun. Can you see those? They actually look good enough to eat, but don't eat them, okay? On the background here, I used one of our embossing folders, the pine embossing folder. I used a little white gel pen. This is not Stampin' Up, but I have this in my stash here. It's called a Jelly Roll 10, and all I did is I just touched to the background to make it look like it's little flakes of snow falling. And then everyone's always wondering, what do you do with the inside? A lot of people don't show their insides. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let loose today. I'm going to show you my insides. Oh, I love this little mesh, silverish, whitish little trim that we have. This was originally in the catalog in the Halloween section. You will find this in the they used to call it the mini catalog, but it's the August to December 2020 catalog, and check under the Halloween section. But I think it's festive enough to use for any types of projects. So here's the inside. Now, I was stamping with the stamp set that comes in the paper pumpkin to put these in all four corners, and I did an oopsie down here on the bottom where it didn't stamp properly. I tried to realign it, and I wasn't the best with that. So, put a piece of the cinnamon cider scrap piece and cover that over, and there you go. You're done. So, the base of this card is cinnamon cider, and just incorporated some of my pieces that I have in a little bin. Let me show you. So when I cut things, let me get that a little organized. I know it's a little up close and personal, but I have this little bin, and I put all of my little extra quarter of a sheet and half sheet of cardstock in there. So when I want to create, I just put that on my desk and away I go. So these were already pre-cut and just ready to create with. So I hope you like this one. I think this is super fun. So let's move on to another card, shall we? So now with this card, I incorporated the stamp set. So this is a little gingerbread stamp set, the stamp set that comes in the box, so the little gingerbread house. I used my Stampin' blends to color it in. I then used our crystal, what we call it, crystal effects. Let me see if it's here handy nearby so I can share it with you. Okay, so I have two of them. You know, one is never enough. So it's called Shimmery Crystal Effects. And what I did with that is I used one of our sponge brayers, and I just put some on a silicone mat. Here's a little silicone mat. Squeezed a little on there, ran my brayer over it. So after I colored in all of my little gingerbread houses, I cut them out, put them on this little silicone mat, and with the shimmery crystal effects, I just brayered right over my gingerbread houses. So if you can see, it has, I'm not sure, yep, there, it's kind of showing a little bit. I used that to kind of give it a little glistening. I used some of our adhesive back sequins. These little mountains were actually from a designer series paper that I had some scraps. Along with this background piece is designer series paper. Now I could have gotten my dies out and done the little mound here, but I didn't. I was too lazy. Let's admit it. You know, when we're crafting, we don't want to be digging for everything, right? So all I did is I just took my scissors and cut them. And the little trees were stamped on colored cardstock and cut out with the dies. That is the, oh my gosh, I don't have everything written down. It's the one with all the trees set. It's the Rooted in Nature. It'll come to me eventually, right? So I just cut those out, did a little stamping, just did a little bit of layering with the trees, and here's my inside. Look at how fun this is. This was a little scrap that normally you probably would have thrown away, but I did a little mound of snow, and this was from the designer series paper, the same one that the background is. And do I have it nearby? You know, when I'm crafting and creating, hold on. Nope, it's not that one. It's not the Snowflake Splendor. It's the one with all the little houses on. I thought I had it nearby here, but I do not. Okay, but just look in that little August to December catalog. You'll find it in there. It has all the houses. It has a coordinating stamp set. It's a whole bundle of products. So I just, instead of throwing that little piece away, I just kind of did a little fussy cutting around there. A little happy holidays. Again, the base of this card is cinnamon cider. Excuse me. And I don't know if I said, but I colored these with Stampin' blends. So super fun card, don't you think? All right, let's go to the next one. Again, base of the card is the cinnamon cider. I had a whole bunch of these cut, so I'm using them. Now these little trees also came in that same pack that the little houses and the background of this card came from. And I took one of the gift cards, cut it in half, so I saved the other part, and I'll show you what I did with that in another card. Nothing goes to waste. The little label, that was a part of the paper pumpkin. Just took a little strip of the cinnamon cider, did a little bit of layering. I stamped the part of the gingerbread house front on, like the suggestion from Stampin' Up, and did a little bit of dimensionals on here. They also came in this month's kit. And when you open it up, again, here's that same designer series paper, the one with the houses, another different gingerbread. So you can see here's gingerbread number 2, colored almost the same. Little happy holidays and super fun. Wishing you a jolly Christmas. So there's another card. Let's look at the next card. Now this one, here's another one where, just like this house, I cut off the back part of it. And I used some of the designer series paper. If you notice, designer series paper is doing most of the work here for me. This is the one with all of the wood backgrounds and tile backgrounds and everything. I thought that this would be super fun. Early Espresso is my card base on this one, and just did a little smidgen trim, less than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just a little smidgen, 1/8 of an inch cut off around there, layered it on front on the top of here. The little star that pokes out of here, you'll notice, see on these, they have these little, here's a little heart that punches out, the door punches out. I didn't let that go to waste. I colored it in with a Stampin' Blend, and then just kind of used a little glue and stuck that back in there. There's those fun little embellishments that come in your kit. And again, here's a different house colored. Here comes my dog to say hello. This one I did with a different color roof. Instead of the purplish color, I went with more pink. And let's open this one up and look at how fun this is. Don't waste any of those pieces of designer series paper. Stick them on the inside. This one, I didn't put a saying on the inside. It was getting late last night when I was creating these. Here's those same little trees I used before. A couple little snowdrifts cut out. And isn't that just super fun? Wouldn't you love to receive that in the mail? All right, let's take a look at another card, and then I'm going to show you a 3D item. So this was a scrap. Card base is called Just Jade, a color that I often overlook. This card, actually cut like this, was in that box of pre-cut cards that I had left over, and I'm like, oh, look at this one. Ha 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 ha! Isn't that fun? And all I did with this was, it's sort of a trifold card. Well, I guess you would say that it is a trifold card. Both ends here, just snip off your ends. This one was folded at 3 1/2. Let me just lay it out here. So this was a 12-piece of cardstock, okay? So it was cut at, scored at 3 1/2, 7 1/2, and then the end is 12. And then this way it was cut at 5 1/2. So your 12 by 12 cardstock, look at how fun you can make a fun trifold card. Now I used the stamps in the paper pumpkin kit, and of course embellished a lot with those little faux candies. Aren't they super fun? Then on the inside, this is actually the envelope that you would put your gift card holder in. Well, I just cut that off. I aligned up this piece of Whisper white cardstock so that it does not show on the outside. And when you open it up, look at how fun that is. You can embellish it further if you wish, but I thought that was fun, super fun. So again, this is 4 1/2. So if you wanted to cut that down just a smidge smaller, if you cut off this piece here on the end, then you would be able to go ahead and fit that in a standard envelope. But otherwise, I believe our envelopes are 4 1/4, so you may have to do a little adjusting there. But if you're going to hand this to someone, or make your own envelope. That would be perfectly fine. Just remember you may need a little extra postage because of the size of it, but just trim that down and you're good to go. Now, how about a fun 3D item? So I was cleaning my craft room. You know, we do have to do that every now and then, and that's why I can't find anything, because I cleaned it. So when you clean it, where'd you put everything? Well, I don't know. So anyhow, I did find these little tea lights. Now I get these from the Dollar Tree. This one is a little hard to turn on, and I don't know. Yes, you can see that. See, you could turn it on and off. When you buy them, there's a little pull thing in there. So this hadn't been used, so that's how I knew it. And I thought, you know, this little gingerbread house, a little door, little opening. Yeah, okay, I'm seeing. Are you already thinking what I'm thinking? Let me show you. I made a cute little 3D gingerbread house. Look at how sweet this is. Using the cards in the kit, I used 2 of them to put this together. And you're basically just making a box out of it. Now you can fit a bottom on here if you like, and then take the top off to make a little treat box or something. Now the top, I used an old scallop punch that Stampin' Up! Used to sell. I then used some of this shimmer crystal effects on the top, just loaded it. And let me see if you can see. I'm not sure if you see it, but it has a little bit of shimmer to that. So I just aligned up all the scalloped pieces. I'm sure you have a die or scissors or something in your stash you can use. Covered the top of the roof, which the roof was cut at 2.5 by, let's see, by 4. 2.5 by 4. And yes, I'm telling you, my tongue is getting in the way. And score it at 2, okay? So in half. And then I tried to glue it on with the green glue, the multi-liquid glue, but it wasn't successful. It didn't glue down too well, so I just used some of the glue dots that came in the paper pumpkin kit. Now the little doorway, I did cut out. I'm not sure. There you go. You can see I cut that out very easily, because this is what the door would have looked like. Just trim that out. Put a piece of vellum underneath here, okay? And just put it like that. So then, which I don't really think this is going to show very well, but you would just go ahead, light your little tea light, okay? Make sure they're battery operated. Never use a candle in a paper box. Paper and flame does not go well together. So anyhow, I would just put this on a mantle or somewhere special on my desk, and put my candle went out. Oh no. Hey, you get what you pay for sometimes, right? So I'm not sure if you can see, because it's very bright in my craft room, but this little glow would come through that little piece of vellum. And how fun would it be to make up a whole bunch of these little gingerbread houses, and maybe put a little bit of faux snow on your mantelpiece or somewhere, and just have a whole village of gingerbread houses that they're made from paper. If you don't want to glue your top on, you actually can fold this up, and it'll be folded for easy storage for next year. So I thought that was a fun idea. So you can see, out of the paper pumpkin subscription box, so many fun alternative ideas. Let me put them all out here for you to see. And I mean, the fun is just beginning. There's so many more things you can create with paper pumpkin subscription boxes. I'm sure that if you give it a try, you're going to love it. So anyhow, the subscription box in the United States is only $22 a month, and you can purchase it month by month, or you can go ahead and do a 3, 6, or 12-month subscription and keep the fun going all month long. I had so much fun creating all these, and the creating is not going to stop. I'm going to keep coming up with other ideas, and I hope maybe this inspired you to pull out your paper pumpkin box and see what you can create. Use some of the stash you already have, or don't forget, take advantage of that special today with 10% off. Lots of fun things from our annual catalog. I want to thank you so much for joining me. If you like what you see here, be sure to give me a thumbs up. leave me a comment, share the video. I so appreciate everyone taking time out of your busy schedule to spend a little bit of it with me. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you back here again real soon. Bye for now.